It was probably in college when it first occurred to me that math displays aspects of God, because He created a world that is so beautifully internally consistent that we are able to describe it with this mathematical language that has beautiful symmetry. I very much enjoy teaching because beyond just teaching the mathematical concepts, I can influence the way students think about the world. There's so much more than just knowing how to do the mathematical algorithm, but when they see the genius behind the concepts of math, when you have that aha moment and realize, wow, this is really cool, this equation works this way, that is not coincidence. There is design to that. When I was a new teacher, relatively new teacher, my colleague in the history department told me, you really ought to check out Acton University. I was floored by the beauty and the coherent nature of all of this information. And someone mentioned, high school teachers, you might consider starting a club. We had some students who were interested and went from there. So we hold Faith and Freedom Club meetings once a week during lunch, and it's always a highlight of the week. The material is engaging and the students are enthusiastic, and the discussions are often very encouraging and uplifting and revealing to the students. So it's a very positive way to begin. I would say there's not one certain type of student who has joined the club, but it's a refreshing variety of students, and they complement each other very well. We have some members that are very quiet. They rarely speak up, but when they do, what they say is like a revelation. My favorite is when they're no longer talking to me. I'll ask a question and they first start answering me, but then the discussion turns until they're all discussing with one another and pointing things out and saying, remember when we learned this in this class? Attending Acton has prepared me to contribute and lead the discussion after the Acton videos, especially after the Good Society. It's very exciting when we can go beyond the math to talk about our faith at the same time. And in that way, having the Faith and Freedom Club and utilizing Acton resources, again, allows us to infuse the truth of our faith into these principles of economics and government and politics, and to enable the students to see these are not separate, distinct concepts, but they're intertwined, and all of the truth we learn is intertwined.